Up, family? We are in part 8 of our series. I'm serious about the series. You know what it is? Rebirth to rise. And what do I want to do? I want to tackle this topic of how to soar through what you're going through. I need you to understand this. As a matter of fact, just type the word soar. Come on, thumbs up this video. Thumbs up this video. Hit the thumbs up button. Come on, as you're watching, thumbs up the video. As you're coming in, thumbs up this video. Quick, fast, and hurry. Yeah, right now, right now, right now. As you type soar, need you to understand this. You have to soar through what we're going through, but in order to soar through some stuff, you're going to have to soar through some stuff. In order to soar, there's some things that you're going to have to soar through. And here's the thing. I don't know if you've ever heard the story about the eagle that can, quote unquote, live up to 70 years. However, in order to do that, here's what they say the eagle must do. The eagle must make a hard decision. They said for the eagle to live 70 years, it has to make a difficult, very, very difficult decision at the age of 40. And what is that particular decision that the eagle has to make? Eagle's got to make a difficult decision, so they say, in order for the eagle to extend its life. The eagle's long and flexible talons, its claws, can no longer grab prey, which serves as food. It's got a long and it's got a sharp beak, which they say has become bent due to its old age. The feathers of its wings have now become thick. They've now become heavy, almost weary, making it difficult to fly. And so the eagle is now caught between a wing and a prayer. The eagle's now caught in a fork in the road, a proverbial fork in the road. It's got two options. One is to die, or two, to go through a painful process of change. It's either to adapt or die. And so, what they say about the eagle is that the process of change is extremely painful, lasts for almost 150 days. They say is that the eagle does this, the eagle's going to fly to a mountain, goes to the mountaintop, sits, and it's in his nest. They say the eagle does something very, very peculiar. It says that it bangs its beak, it knocks its beak against a rock until it plucks it out. Then, as a result, and that sounds very, very painful, by the way. Imagine hitting your nose up against a rock. Imagine hitting your beak up against the wall. Come on now, you know how you be scrolling on your phone while you're laying in bed? Don't act like it ain't never happened to you. You scrolling on your phone in the bed, and all of a sudden, boom. You know what? Come on now. Don't look at me in that tone of voice. You know what I'm talking about? And you know that's not a good feeling. You know that's hurting. So imagine banging your beak up against a rock. I don't know if you ever been playing basketball and you got bowled in the nose. Ain't a good feeling. So what they say is that the eagle bangs his beak up against a rock, plucks it out. Then it'll wait for the new beak to grow back, after which it will pluck out its talons, its claws. And here's the thing, when the claws grow back, they say the eagle starts plucking its old age feathers. When the process of change is complete, the eagle takes its famous flight of rebirth and lives for 30 more years. Now, here's the question. The question is this: why is it that the eagle needs to change? Okay, obviously, one could surmise and one could suggest that the eagle has to go through this particular process, this metamorphosis, in order to survive and live. And so, what do most people say? They conjecture and they philosophize and they say, we too have to start to adopt the change process as human beings, however uncomfortable or painful that it is. Why? Because we're not just created to survive, we're created to thrive. Come on, family, type thrive. Type thrive. So, like the eagle, what do we need to do? We need to get rid of unpleasant old memories, negative habits, that fixed mindset. Why? Because we need to free ourselves from the past burdens and take onus and benefits of the present opportunities. Here's the thing: when an eagle can make a life-saving and life-changing process at the age of 40, why can't we? In order to embark on a new journey that's ahead of us, they'll be loquacious. They'll be intoxicated with the exuberance of their intellectual verbosity. They'll bloviate. They'll say that an eagle must fly all the way into the mountains, bang its beak against a rock, pluck out its talons and fingers. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to tell you this: it's not true. It's not true. It's a myth. That's not a true story, ladies and gentlemen. It's allegory. It's not reality. None of it is true. This is not an April Fool's joke. Sorry to tell you. I just got one question. Why y'all keep telling that story? It's not a true story. Dr. Todd Katzner, a wildlife biologist with a focus in wildlife conservation ecology, said that anything more than a major injury to an eagle will result in a beak deformation. Birds absolutely cannot regrow an entire beak. Beak. Dr. Katzner, wildlife biologist, focus in wildlife conservation ecology. He goes on to say this: recovery is possible from a minor injury but not from a major one like losing a beak or an entire claw. You don't believe me? Let me take it to Heather Husson, professor. She's a professor of animal science. Said that an eagle tearing out its claws and beak to extend their life to 70 years plus is unheard of. Would make sense. Why? Because the beak and the claws are two essential parts of adaptation for eagles to eat the things that they need to eat in order to survive. And we talked about that last time. Fresh perspective. Eagles eat fresh meat. You don't believe what Dr. Kastner said. You don't believe what Professor Husson said. So let's take it to the University of Minnesota's Raptor Center College of Veterinary Medicine. According to the University of Minnesota, they have a Raptor Center because an eagle is a raptor. The raptor is more than just the ride that you ride at Cedar Point. Right? I ain't talking about the rapture. That's Jesus come back. I ain't talking about the rapture. That's Anita Baker singing about it. I'm talking about the raptor. The Raptor Center College of Veterinary Medicine says this: the average lifespan of an eagle, drum roll please, is not 70 years of age. The average age lifespan of an eagle is approximately 30 years. I've been getting all the DMs about eagles breaking their beaks. Y'all send it to me all the time. Probably because I got the Eagles Academy. But it's not true. Eagles don't break their beaks. Eagles don't pull out their talons. It's hearsay. It's allegory. It's not reality. Average lifespan of an eagle is approximately 30 years. Here's the thing: the eagle doesn't have the luxury of making the decision to extend their life cycle far beyond what is normal for its species. Yeah. I didn't come with no alternative facts today. Came for the real deal. In captivity, here's what can happen: an eagle may live beyond what their average life expectancy is. Why? Because they're not caught in the wildlife of having to forage through the trees and the waters and get its own food. Why? Because it receives both regular and nutritious meals being in a particular environment. It has access to veterinary care. Particular eagle can be sheltered from the harsh elements. Why? Because their housing is provided for by the particular facility that cares for the bird. Even then, here it is: the lifespan is in no way extended as far as the myth of 70 years is suggesting. Are you following me? Listen, there's speculation to the origin of the myth. I'd like to know how did it even start. But hear me, none of it is true. Here's the truth: ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free of telling that story. Here's the truth: eagles do not lose their beak or their talons unless, here it is, it was the result of a traumatic injury. That's the only way. Listen, I don't know why I've never been able to tell the story. I don't know. As many times I've received the DM and the video of speakers and all that stuff telling that story, I don't know why I've never felt the need to tell the story, simply because something about it just didn't sit right to me. Here's the truth, as I said before: Eagles don't lose their beak or their talons. That's why you got to do the research. Unless it was the result of a traumatic injury. So the talons and the beak are two of their particular defining features of what makes these birds elite. Remember, an eagle is an elite bird. Come on, family, type elite. The eagle is elite because its diet is elite. An eagle is elite because of how it's made. An eagle is elite simply because it doesn't fly, it soars, it glides through the air. Listen, even the way that eagles mate with one another, they don't mate on the ground. They don't mate on a tree. They don't mate on a branch. Eagles make love in the air. Their talons hook onto one another and they do a particular dance in the air. Eagles are elite in every specific aspect of their life. They think on another level. They live on another level. They're nester in the mountains. Come on, family, type I'm elite. You're different. You're distinct. You distinguish. I'm elite when I adopt an elite mindset. Elite doesn't mean I'm moving into a place of making you feel inferior. No. Elite just means I'm going to be the best me that I can possibly be. That's what elite said. Listen, there was a I'm elite. You're different. You're distinct. You distinguish. I'm elite when I adopt an elite mindset. Elite doesn't mean I'm moving into a place of making you feel inferior. No. Elite just means I'm going to be the best me that I can possibly be. That's what elite said. Listen, there's a remember Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant did a Nike commercial some years ago. Kanye was in the commercial. And what Kobe said, Kobe was talking to the crowd and asked, "Can you be a different animal and the same beast?" Confusing, right? No. It's actually simple. Can you beat your best by being a better version of yourself? Can you be a different animal and the same beast? Can you beat your best by being a better version of yourself? To where here it is, I don't get complacent because if you get complacent, you get replaced. I don't get complacent simply because I got an achievement. Yesterday's home runs won't go on today's scoreboards. Great Phil Jackson, coach of the Chicago Bulls, who coached the one and only, the legendary Michael Jordan to 6 NBA championships. Said this about success. He said, success is just a momentary particular achievement. The success you had today is not the success for tomorrow. You were successful yesterday, but today you got to be successful again. I got to be elite in order to complete my assignment. A lot of people know the assignment. You say, "Oh, they know the assignment. Look at how she's dressed. Look at how he's dressed." But here's the question: did you complete the assignment? Well, not just a birds, the eagle, its features make it a bird that stands out and makes it more elite compared to any other species of birds. Here's the thing: without the sharp talons for catching prey, I don't know if you ever seen an eagle's talons, whether up close or close shot of it on YouTube. You don't want to get too close to them things. Those sharp talons make it easy to catch prey. They're strong. They got a sharp beak for tearing food apart. And here's the thing: without those sharp talons, without that beak, the eagle would die of starvation. Here's what an eagle does: an eagle hatches with both a beak and talons, and these will continue to grow throughout the bird's life. It hatches out of the egg, comes out of the egg with the beak, comes out of the egg with the talons. And as a result, they continue to grow throughout the life span of an eagle. Here's what the eagle does: the eagles keep their beak in good condition naturally. They don't break their beak. They keep their beak in great condition naturally in the wild by eating tough prey. What do? They rub their beak up against a rock. They rub their beak up against particular stones. They rub their beak up against hard surfaces after eating. And here's the thing: an eagle rubs its beak up against a rock to remain sharp. I want to talk to you. If anything, you're going to have to put in the work to remain sharp. What resources are you going to use to remain sharp? What books are you going to read to remain sharp? What podcast are you going to listen to remain sharp? I hope this is one of them. What type of people are you going to be around and surround yourself with that keep you sharp? Because here's the thing: a lot of us, we're as dull as a plastic knife. You're not around people who keep you sharp. You're around people who keep you dull. You're around people who dim your light. You're around people who don't want you to be any better than they are. And for some of us, we don't mind staying in some of those areas, in those rooms. Why? Because it makes us look brighter, because we refuse to get out of certain rooms to get into different rooms. Because here's the thing: oftentimes our lack of knowledge is exposed in other rooms. We want to be the smartest person in our circle. And if you're the smartest person in your circle, you got to leave it. Yeah, you got to challenge yourself to change. Here it is: you got to challenge yourself to get sharper. Come on, family. Type sharp. Sharp is not about how you dress. Sharp is not about how you look. I'm not just talking about that level. I'm not just talking about that surface level. I'm talking about the deeper level. Is my mind sharp? Is my spirit sharp? Is my soul sharp? Is the way that I relate to people sharp? Am I sharp with my emotional intelligence? Am I emotionally intelligent being sharp in that aspect? Am I sharp in my relational intelligence? Come on, I got to sharpen up. When I sharpen up, it shapes me up. I got to get sharper. I got to get stronger. Why? Because here's what scripture says: iron sharpens iron. Right. So a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. Do I have friends that sharpen me? Simply because here's the thing: I'll only remain sharp by remaining rooted in the rock. The eagle sharpens its beak against the rock. I'll only remain sharp by staying close to the rock. by remaining rooted in the rock. What song say? Rock of ages cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee. I got to hide myself in the rock. I go to the rock of my salvation. I go to the one that the builders rejected. I got to sharpen myself by being connected to the rock of ages. Here's the thing. One is that eagles do not bang their beak up against a rock. Eagles sharpen their beak up against a rock. Here's another thing. Eagles do not pluck out their feathers. What did Jesus say? No man is able to pluck you out of my hand. Yeah. Stop allowing people to pluck away your strength. Stop allowing people to pluck your self-esteem. Stop allowing people to pluck your ingenuity. Stop allowing people to pluck you out of the healing and pull you back into trauma. All the work that you did to heal, all the work that you did to make your purpose revealed, and you're going to allow somebody to pluck you and pull you back into what God delivered you from. No, listen, no man is able to pluck you out of my hand. When I'm in his hand, I can't be plucked. See, you're in the hand of the wrong people. That's why they pull you back into what it is that you were already delivered from. Stop allowing people to pluck what God has positioned you to stay in and receive. Eagles don't pluck out their feathers. Why? Because birds of a feather flock together. A bird's feathers do suffer regular wear and tear. Imagine all that soaring that an eagle is doing. And here's the thing, an eagle is flying at least a minimum of 40 miles an hour through the air. So with all that wind gust, through the rain, the sleet, the hail, the snow, all of the weather conditions, you better believe there's some wear and tear on the wings. Listen, there's wear and tear on your tires. Some of y'all driving on bald tires. Y'all need to get that together. Regular wear and tear, not just on tires, there's regular wear and tear on wings. And here's the thing. Sometimes a bird will lose its feathers, not by plucking it out, because it don't do that. But here's the thing. All the feathers are not lost at the same time. Because if this were true, the bird would be unprotected from natural elements. As a result of it, the bird would not be able to fly. The eagle would not be able to fly. This is what they told you, that an eagle plucks its own feathers. And I'm sorry to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't true, family. The quality of the feather will decrease and it'll need to be replaced. Here's what I want to tell you. Stop plucking what God is healing. Hear me. You will heal if you stop picking at the wound. Burned my fingers some time ago. Cooking. I can cook. I didn't tell you I was a chef. I can cook though. Yeah, I can cook. Don't look at me like that. Salmon is my choice. Baked chicken is my choice. But I burned my finger. And I guess I shouldn't have put water on it. I guess you shouldn't have done that. Don't put some cold water on it. Makes it worse. And so the burn was bad. Just didn't look good to me. I don't even know what finger was on my, the body just heals so naturally. It's wonderfully. But I was trying to pick at the wound and make it look better. Had to go to a couple of events. I didn't want to be coming in with a terrible looking finger. Because we maximize what other people minimize. You got a little pimple on your nose, or on your face, or your forehead, and you think is Mount Kilimanjaro. Yeah, you think it's big as a mountain because you maximize what other people minimize. And so I was picking at the wound, and here's the thing: I thought I was making it better. It only got worse. Too many of us are picking at what we ought to allow God to heal naturally. You'll heal if you stop picking at the wound. Stop plucking what God is healing. Stop plucking what God is rebirthing. Come on, family, type rebirth. Type rebirth. This is part 8. I guarantee it's going to be great. This is your rebirth to rise. You rising out of the ashes like a phoenix. You getting ready to soar through what it is that you were going through. I got some more for you. You got to stop plucking what God is rebirthing. Stop plucking what God is regrowing. Stop plucking. Here it is. What God is removing. Stop plucking what God is replacing. Why? Because sometimes here's what you got to do. You have to take your hands off of it and let God handle it. Who am I talking to? I hope it's you. You got to take your hands off it. Let God handle it. You got to spread your wings like an eagle. Listen, if you're not a part of the Eagles Academy, you're not a part of the Eagles community, what are you doing? It's time for you to soar with us. It's time for you to soar into success and purpose. Time for you to soar into more. Hear me. You will not receive more until you first become more. Receiving more, becoming more is a prerequisite for receiving more. Once you receive more than just information, you're going to receive implementation. Strategy, structure, solutions to take your vision to another dimension. I want you to go right now. Join us. Go to the eaglesacademy.com. TheEaglesAcademy.com. I want you to soar with us. I want you to soar with our amazing Eagles community family. Come on, family. Type some eagle emojis in the chat. You don't just soar as high as your dream. You soar as high as your team. I want you to soar with us. We got so many industry leaders, people from near and far, as far as Nigeria, Ohio, Detroit, Georgia. Listen, they're all over the country. I want you to soar with us together as we learn together, as we grow together. Why? Because a win for you is a win for us too. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Listen, let's take a look. Let's take a little quick break. Hey, what's up, family? Have you checked out my resources to grow your greatness? Yeah, I'm talking about to grow as an author and a speaker. You want to get my bestseller book blueprint. Somebody's waiting for you to write that book. Let me show you how to do it. I'm giving you all the strategies of what I've used to be a best-selling author of 16 books. Surely I know something to help you. Go and get my bestseller book blueprint, as well as whenever you write a book, people are going to ask you to talk about it. You want to get my successful speaker strategies. It's a amazing video tutorial download, 4.5 hours of just content of what it is that I do to share of how to communicate and really to connect as you're communicating. Your words are a paintbrush. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? I guarantee you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com/store and grow your greatness. Get all the resources. Listen, family, if you intend to soar into more, I guarantee and I suggest that you go to theeaglesacademy.com/store. If you intend to soar into more, I suggest that you go to theeaglesacademy.com/store. Family, just type the number 8. Come on, type 8. 8. 8. 8 means new beginnings. 8, here it is a rebirthing. To rise out of what it is that you've been in. To rise out of the ashes, to rise out of negativity, to rise out of stinking thinking that keeps you sinking, to rise out of gaslighting, rise out of narcissism, rise out of pain, rise out of mental poverty, rise. Why? Because here it is. Just like Jesus said, no man is able to pluck you out of my hand. We have to trust God enough to say, listen, I'm going to take my hands off of it and let God handle it. I'm going to let him rebirth and renew my wings like the eagles. Yeah, you're going to renew your wings like eagles. Here's the thing. When an eagle's feather is first emerging, when it's first developing, it has a blood supply going into the shaft of the feather. Somebody just missed your shout. I don't know about you, but here's the thing. Maybe the eagle can fly high because the eagle knows it was the blood. Come on. What keeps the eagle's feathers together is the blood supply. I got a blood supply, and the blood I've applied, covered in the blood. Yeah, maybe that's what the eagle's testimony is. Maybe it's soaring so high simply because it's raising the praise to say, here it is. I know it was the blood. My wings would have grown weary if it wasn't for the blood. Listen, I would have banged my own beak against the rock if it wasn't for the blood. I would have plucked and pulled my own feathers out if it wasn't for the blood. Come on. Would have driven myself crazy if it wasn't for the blood. Would have gave up a long time ago. Wish I had a towel. I'll just throw my eyeglass. I would have threw in the towel a long time ago. Wasn't for the blood. Yeah. Would have waved the white flag. Would have surrendered. Would have capitulated. But here's what here's what the blood did. The blood empowered me to mount up on wings as an eagle. Yeah, when I was weary, when I was tired, when I was worried, when I was warring, my blood supply kicked in. and here's what I did. I emerged. I developed. I soared into more. Come on, family. Just type, I know it was the blood. Had to be. Had to be. I know it was the blood for me. Listen, they told you incorrectly that an eagle has to break its beak. I can't help but to laugh. They told you incorrectly that an eagle has to break its beak and beat its head against a rock. But here's what the University of Minnesota told you. That ain't true. Dr. Katzner told you that ain't true. Who is a wildlife biologist. Professor Husson said, y'all need to start hushing. That's what Professor Husson said. I thought it was an incorrect spelling of a name. No, Huson. Professor Husson says, y'all need to start hushing. Professor of animal science said that eagles don't even live to be 70 years of age. They don't bang their beak out. They don't pull their claws out. Talons. Too talented to do that. They don't pull their feathers out. Too faithful to be fearful. They said an eagle bangs its beak and beats its head against a rock. Y'all, I'm trying to keep from laughing. But here's the thing, it's a lie. When they told you that you need to beat yourself up. Let me talk to somebody. When they told you that you should have beat yourself up because of the mistakes that you have made. When they told you you need to beat yourself up because people didn't love you the right way. When they told you to beat yourself up, they lied to you. They told you to beat yourself up because of the divorce. They told you to beat yourself up because of people who put you through so much trauma and drama and stress. Stress and trauma, strama. They put you through all that. And now here it is. The people who beat you down are now causing you to beat yourself up. They gaslit you into now self-inflicted wounds. Hear me. That's a bird gone bad. Eagle's too smart to beat its own self up. An eagle is elite. I'd expect that out of a chicken, but not out of an eagle. An eagle's too regal. Eagle ain't a beagle. Eagle ain't a seagull. Come on, I'm too elite to beat myself up. Stop beating yourself up. Stop beating on yourself and start betting on yourself. Start believing in yourself. Start loving yourself. Start valuing yourself. You got to talk to yourself. Self, we're going to soar today. Self, we're going to live through dying places today. Sometimes you got to talk to yourself. You got to do like Vicky Wine said, shake yourself loose. You got to shake. Come on. Shake it off. Let the devil pick it back up. Brush your shoulders off. Stop beating yourself up. No, I need you to believe and look up, because if you can look up, you can get up. Stop beating yourself up over the past. Stop beating yourself up over the mistakes that you've made. Stop beating yourself up over the people who you thought would heal you and help you, but wound up hurting you and harming you. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. No. You're not going to break my soul. Stop breaking you to make other people feel comfortable around you. Why? I want to ask you this question. Come on, family, type this. Type breakthrough. Type breakthrough. Stop breaking you and start breaking through. I need you to come on, family. Type breakthrough. Stop breaking you and start breaking through. Stop breaking you to make other people feel comfortable with you. Why are you breaking yourself and putting yourself through unnecessary trauma? I need to ask you this question. I need you to answer it. Why do you continue, hear me, to re-traumatize yourself with a negative narrative about yourself? Why are you re-traumatizing yourself? Why are you putting yourself back into the particular place that God delivered you from? If you let them, I need you to hear me. If you let them, people will drive you up a wall into a mountain. And here's the thing. You should use the mountain as a vacay, to where you rest, you refresh, you recuperate, you rebirth, you rise. But if you let them, they will make you believe that you should use that mountain to commit self-sabotage. because now you're higher than you've ever been. And hear me, the devil is a lie. You didn't fly this high to hurt yourself. Let me talk to somebody. You didn't achieve this much to hurt yourself. You didn't graduate to this level just so you could hurt yourself. You didn't make this amount of money just so you could hurt yourself. You didn't do all this healing just so you could keep on hurting. Just so you could keep banging your beak against the past, against a brick, when you need to be sharpening yourself against the rock. The rock that is higher than I. Your problem is you made the situation higher than him. You got to stop maximizing. You got to stop magnifying what you should start minimizing. Why are you magnifying fear and minimizing your faith? Can we switch that around? You need to be magnifying your faith and minimizing your fear. Stop telling your storm how big God is and start telling God how big your stop telling God how big your storm is. Start telling your storm how big God is. You didn't soar this high so you could commit self-sabotage. Yeah, that spirit of self-sabotage is broken off your life. This is your time. This is your season for breakthrough. And just like an eagle, here it is. Just like an eagle that said that it would break its beak, that it lives to be such and such of age, that it pulls out its own talents, that it plucks its own feathers, just like an eagle. And none of that was true. They made up stories about you too. Why? Because here's the thing. People wanted to control your narrative. Yeah, they couldn't soar as high as you. So here's what they wanted to do. They wanted to talk about you and hope that it got to the level of where it is that you were at. Hmm? Eagles ain't worried about turtles. Eagles ain't worried about chickens. Eagles are focused on going to higher heights. Why are you focused? Why are you going out of business because of people trying to be in your business? Why are you so focused on what they said? Why aren't you focused on where you're soaring? Just like they made up stories about you, here's what you got to do. You got to keep on soaring through what they said about you. Why? Because they concocted a story to try to control your wings. They concocted a story to try to clip your wings. And here's what I love. Here's what I love about an eagle that is true. Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are worthy, whatsoever things are value and virtue. If there be any virtue, if there be any praise, here's what I got to do. I got to think on these things. Why? Because I got to think elite thoughts. And what I love about an eagle that separates itself from every other bird, which is true, is not that it breaks its beak. It don't do that. It's not moving in a place of self-sabotage and self-inflicted wounds. It's not pulling out its feathers. It's not plucking out his feathers. It's not pulling out his talons. It's using its talent. What I love about an eagle that separates itself from every other bird is that whenever a storm ensues, whenever a storm develops, all other birds fly away. But here's what the eagle does. The eagle starts to get happy. When was the last time you got happy when a storm ensued? When's the last time you had joy when other people were treating you ugly? When's the last time You started praising when you were in pain. Other birds fly away from it. Eagle don't fly away from it. An eagle uses the storm not to descend, but to ascend. They soar into the storm and they use the storm to go higher. It's time to use the storm of what you're going through. Because here's the thing, God is elevating you. God is widening your wings. You're going through the storm. The storm is not going through you. Who am I talking to? I hope it's you. Eagles love the storm. Eagles get excited about the storm. Eagles got sunshine on a cloudy day. Why? Because they welcome the challenge that it brings. I hope I'm talking to a stormtrooper. Come on, family, type victory. I'm speaking victory over your life. Despite the financial storm you're going through, I'm speaking victory over you. Despite the sickness storm of what it is that you're going through, I'm speaking victory over you. Despite the storm in your marriage, speaking victory. Despite the storm that's been ensuing on your job and in your business and in your mindset and in your heart and in your emotions and in your mental health and in your personal life and your personal development and your interpersonal growth. Despite the storm, I'm speaking strength in your life. Why? Because God is giving you strength, the wings of an eagle, to power through what it is that you go through. You're built for the storm. I want to talk to you. You were not built to break. You weren't built to break down. You were built to break through. You got to get excited because here's the thing. The storm is revealing something in you that you didn't even realize was in you. Sometimes we don't know how strong we are until being strong is our only option. Soaring is your only option. When the clouds gather, when the winds rumble, when the rains descend, when the environment, the atmosphere gets cloudy and turbulent, the eagle powers through it. They welcome the challenge that it brings. Why? Because challenges create champions. Come on, family, type champion. Do you realize that you were a champion in their eyes? And before you ever see it in their eyes, you got to see it in your eyes. You're not no chump. You a champ. Chin up, champ. Chin up. Chin up, champ. Come on, family, type it. Chin up, champ. Stop going through life. You all sad, bad, mad, and angry and despondent and got your head looking down. You are going in the direction of what you're looking at. That's why scripture said, look to the hills and where your help comes. I can't look to the hills down this way. I got to lift my eyes this way. I got to put my chin up that way. Chin up, champ. Look to the hills where your help comes, where your help comes from the Lord. Your attitude determines your altitude. Come on, put your chin up above the clouds. Why? Because the eagle can soar through the storm, it can glide through the storm, and it can rest its wings even in the storm. Listen, you know you trust in God when he gives you a rebirth to rise. Why? Because he allows you to rest in the storm. Come on. The storm is stressful enough. Why stress with stress? Rest. Did you hear what I just said? The storms of life are stressful enough. Why stress with stress when you should rest? Why? Because the prefix of restoration is rest. And I will have a rebirth to rise when I rest. Here's a lesson. Here's the lesson. That's the blessing. Can I give you the lesson? That's the blessing. The lesson that's the blessing is this: you got to get excited about the storms in your life. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds absolutely insane. I know that sounds ridiculous. I know it sounds like you want to literally bang your beak up against a stone. No, 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 no. You won't commit self sabotage. You'll understand this, that challenges create champions, challenges bring opportunities. We have to see the opportunities wrapped up in challenges. Why? Because in the midst of problems, you are the solution to a problem. Don't be so busy complaining and trying to avoid the challenge. Embrace the challenge. Learn from the challenge. That's how you adopt new skills. That's how you grow. That's how you get stronger. Is it easy to do? Of course it's not. But just like you learn to tie your shoes, just like you learn how to brush your teeth, I hope so. Just like you learn how to text on the phone, just like you learn how to use a computer, just like you came in this world unknowledgeable, lacking knowledge in any specific area and avenue, and you learned it. There are some skills that you can adopt. There are some skills that you can develop. Stop flying away from situations. Stop soaring away. Stop running away from situations and the storms of life. What you got to do, you got to use your vision as a vehicle for victory, because vision is what will push you through the storm. Vision is what will give you transportation in the midst of a situation. It will push you through whatever storm that you're going through. God is using what you go through to bring victory out of the storm that you're going through. You ain't got to close your eyes in fear. You can open your eyes of faith in the midst of the eye of the storm and soar through what you're going through. I want to speak to you and let you know you're stronger than the storms that you face. You're stronger than that hurt and that anguish. You're stronger than that abuse. You're stronger than that betrayal. You're stronger than that lie. You're stronger than that storm. You're stronger than that sickness. You're stronger than that disease. You're stronger than that financial instability. You're stronger than that heartbreak. You're stronger than that heartache. You're stronger than that mental discombobulation. You're stronger than suicidal ideation. You're going to live through dying places. You're about to go higher. You're about to soar higher than you've ever been. High above cancer, high above your enemies, high above depression, high above sadness. Come on, family, type higher. Stop allowing the enemy to bring you lower. Flip it and go higher. Why? Because your strength is being renewed like the eagles. You're literally about to have a rebirth to rise. Come on, family, type rise. You may write me down in history. Come on, Maya Angelou, the late great queen of poetry. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Still, like an eagle, I rise. Why? Because my eyes are to the skies and I'm pressing toward the mark for the prize. Here it is, of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. It's a high calling. Answer it. Stop ignoring it. Stop sending the high calling to voicemail. Answer the call. Come on, family, type answer the call. Answer the call because your strength is being renewed like the eagles. Answer the call because you're going high above sadness. You're going high above sickness. You're going high above suffering and silence. Answer the call because your strength is being renewed like the eagles. Answer the call because you're about to soar through what tried to stop you. Answer the call because you're soaring through what you're going through. Answer the call because here's the thing. If you're going through, you ought to be glad about it because it means you're coming out bigger, badder, better, brighter than ever before. Answer the call. Soar through the lie. Soar through the trial. Soar through the depression. Soar through the divorce. Soar through the loneliness. Soar through the pain. Soar through the struggle. Soar through the struggle and emerge as a winner. Here's what you got to do. You got to let Isaiah 40 and 31 be your life's anthem. What is God going to do? He's going to renew your strength like the eagles. You're going to run and you're not going to be weary. Lord knows sometimes I get tired from running. Come on now. But you're going to run and not be weary. You're going to walk and you're not going to faint. Because you're walking by faith. God is renewing. God is reviving. God is refreshing. God is restoring. God is rebirthing. God is causing you to start rising like the eagle that you are. Come on, family. Drop an eagle emoji in the chat. Drop some eagle emojis. If you're spreading your wings and you're soaring, come on. Soaring into more. Soar into more. Soar abundantly, higher into above all that you can ask or think. Family type, think big. As big as you're thinking, God says bigger. Come on. As big as you're thinking, God says bigger. Well, surely this is the idea that's going to be exceeding. God says bigger. The biggest thought that you can possibly think is still not bigger than the thought that God has for your life. Bigger, greater. It's time to go where you've never gone before and to do what you've never done before. Hear me. I want you to sow into your rebirth. I want you to sow into your wings to soar. Some of us who I'm talking to, you've been through so much. But the blessing is this: you don't look like what you've been through because of how God brought you through. I wanted to throw in the towel. I wanted to quit when I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, which is a death sentence. But God put healing in my wings, resuscitated my life, gave me a rebirth to rise and to soar through the sickness of what it is that I had gone through. to where I'm experiencing more in 2024. And it is happening for you, and it can happen for you. I want you to sow where you soar. Yeah. I want you to sow where you grow. I want you to sow where you grow. After hearing this word today, I want you to sow into your vision. I want you to sow into good ground, which this is here. I want you to sow into your next level. I want you to sow into your new dimension. I want you to sow into your new ideas, ideas that bring income, the contacts that bring contracts. I want you to do that now because I'm joining my faith with yours for 30, 60, 100 fold. It's not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. And it's imperative that you sow where you soar. Why? Because it's always more blessed to give than it is to receive. When I have a seed in the ground, when it's in fertile soil, I can't help but to reap a harvest of blessings. I can't help but to bear fruit. And that fruit will remain. You see it there on the bottom line on the lower thirds of the screen, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, Gmail. You can sow via Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal as well, info@eddieconnor.com. Yeah. You want to be a show sponsor. You said, listen, I just want to sponsor. I just want to send a seed. I just want to send a love gift. You can do that too. Not only can you email us about show sponsorship opportunities, you can just sow a seed even now. Why? Because as I endeavor to grow your greatness, let me remind you, my goal in 2024 is to help you reach yours. And this is not just my show. This is our show. You can't spell yours without ours. And that's why, here it is. That's why I labor hours and hours over the content. I labor hours and hours over the message. Here's what I do. I obsess over finding an answer and a solution to the pain points of what it is that we go through. To receive a heavenly download, to put it in the earth realm. Yeah. Day and night, as you can see every day. I obsess over giving you solutions and strategies and structure and systems. Because what is a system? Saving yourself time, energy, and money. Because I want to see you grow in your greatness. Sow that seed. Sow that seed. And I believe God is going to meet your need. I'm declaring and decreeing 30, 60, 100 fold. It's happening for you and your family too. And here's the thing. What I want you to do, I want you to name your seed. Let me not forget to say that. I want you to name your seed as you sow your seed. Maybe you're naming your seed healing. Maybe you're naming your seed rebirth. Maybe you're naming your seed restoration. Maybe you're naming your seed financial blessing. Maybe I don't know what you're naming your seed. Maybe you're naming your seed graduation because you believe you're going to graduate debt free. Maybe you're naming your seed debt cancellation. I'm joining my faith with yours. I believe God's going to do it. Suddenly. Come on, family, type suddenly. Yeah, I'm believing suddenly. Suddenly the healing. Suddenly the financial blessing. Suddenly the overflow. Suddenly, suddenly, suddenly. 0 to 100 real quick. 100%. I've got some resources out there, particularly my books. Can we flash some books of mine up there? I've got 16 books out there. that I know will be a blessing to you, I want you to go and get them. I want you to add them to your library, your playlist while you're in the gym, becoming a gem. Let me drop these gems on you. Go ahead and get them. Ebooks, audiobooks, hard copies, all available. Amazon, Barnes and Noble, iTunes, Audible, wherever books are sold. Go ahead and get it. You can get a signed copy from me when you order specifically and directly at EddieConnor.com/shop. Add my books to your library. I can't talk about everything in the time frame that we have and what my books do for me. They allow me to expound upon what I don't have time to do. Go ahead and get the books. They say if you want to understand how somebody thinks, read their words. Yeah. If you want to really get into the mind of someone, read the words that they write. I got a number of different resources. And of course, not only have I written books, I'm showing you how to write your books. Can't call yourself an author if you haven't written a book. Let me give you the strategies, structure, and solutions of how every time that I write a book and I drop a book and I release it, it goes number one. How? Strategies. I'm giving them all to you. Get my bestseller book blueprint. accessidentity.org/author. Get my successful speaker strategies, showing you how to communicate confidently, share your signature story, be compensated for your messaging, messages that monetize. Communication and compensation are connected. accessidentity.org/speaker. Whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. You can also get these resources, the eaglesacademy.com/store. If you want to become more, it's up to you. It's up to you. I got it out there. But if you really want to become more, if you really want to grow your greatness, it's there. It's there. Definitely want you to join the Eagles Academy. If you have not done so, I go even farther than where I go in the YouTube space. And I break things down to the granular level in our Eagles community. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Go register now. Family, I hope you got something from this. I hope part 8 was great. Really do. If you received something from this, just type yes. Yes. I'm going to soar. I'm not going to stress. Yes. I'm going to soar. I'm not going to stress. Family, in the Mix at 6 is out of time. But y'all know I'm not out of truth. So much so that you can go back and check out the playlist. I got tons of content right here in the YouTube space. Thumbs up this video, by the way. Come on, hit the thumbs up on this video. Hit the subscribe button. Check out my series, whether it's World War Me, whether it's Purpose Partner, whether it's his needs, her needs, talking about relationships, whether it is I need some water, whether it is on narcissism, say no to the narcissist. Go check out my series, binge watch. Add it to your playlist while you're driving the car. Add it to your playlist while you're just cleaning up the house. Add it to your playlist while you're working out. He or she that hath an ear to hear, go ahead. Tap in. Hear it. Like that poetic genius Tupac said, there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. So I want you to know that you are appreciated. So family, I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And that's how we roll each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday. In the Mix at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the digital airwaves of social media, but also particularly right here on the YouTube side. Make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the thumbs up on this video. I love the comments. I'm so appreciative of them. But here's the thing, what grows my channel is when you tap the thumbs up button. I'm growing your greatness, so help me grow my channel. Let me say it twice because it's also nice. I'm helping you grow your greatness, so help me grow my channel. This channel births change and breaks chains. Yeah, the channel that births change and breaks chains. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. You know what it is. You know who it is. You know where it is. Follow me on all the social sites at EddieConnorJr. Make sure that you put some respect on my name, family. At EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love, and you know I'm going to keep showing up. Family, if I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, please reach out to me. I would love to come and empower you at your event, at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your session, your workshop. Let's win. You know I'm going to empower you. Speaking at an event recently in New Orleans, and got to shout out my main man, Gil Garrett, my main man, 100 grand, brother from another mother, my big brother. He introduced me and said, Dr. Eddie was at an event, graduation, speaking to 9 graduates in a 900-seat theater. Everybody wasn't there. They didn't fill up the whole 900-seat theater. But it was 9 graduates. And he introduced me saying that Dr. Eddie spoke to those 9 graduates as if it was 900 graduates. See, some people only give you their best based upon the crowd. I ain't too proud to speak to any crowd and give them my all so that you can reach all that you've been created to reach. Isn't it interesting to speaking to 9 graduates put me in an environment to where I was able to speak to hundreds of school board leaders from 49 states. You never know who's watching you. Be at your best and bring your best. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Holler at me. info@eddieconnor.com. Invite me. Book me to speak at your event, your podcast, whatever's clever. Let's make it happen. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know I got to run. But I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, and brighter. Peace and love. Keep soaring higher. Breaking news. This message is for you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You don't just soar as high as your dream. You soar as high as your team. Why are you not a part of our team? Our Eagles community team, where it's all about soaring into success and greater purpose. I want you to go right now and join us. Yeah, right now. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, and I guarantee you're going to be transformed. Your mindset, you're going to maximize that. You're going to strengthen your skill set. You're going to build your tool set. You're going to heal your heart set, find serenity in your soul set, and be an asset in any environment. It's time to grow in your greatness, in your business, in your relationships, in your purpose, with individuals who are already growing. And we have a motto in our community where a win for me is a win for you. A win for you is a win for us too. Let's win together. Come on, join us. Experience the transformation. Experience the celebration. Experience the opportunity. Experience not just information, but implementation. As I coach, as I teach, as I train, as I mentor you and show you how to use strategy, structure, and solutions to take your vision to another dimension. Meet us there. Join us there. I can't wait to see your face in our digital space. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, and let's be transformed together. Spread your wings, and we'll win over and over again. See you there.